Speak pro English. Tell the world about yourself. I have a bunch of different topics. Actually, I want to talk about money a little bit. Money is very important in our life, and it's kind of, in some degree, maybe shameful to ask your family members or your parents or your friends about their salary, about how they make money. Lastly, I heard one interesting point of view that if you want something, actually you have to talk about it more. For example, if you want to become better at sports, you have to find people who talk about sports and actually do something in sports. And also, if you want to grow your money and become richer, you have to find people who love to talk about money, how they make money, how they can make money, different opportunities, how to grow their business. And I think that it is very interesting point of view that if you want actually grow your money, you have to talk about it more. So what do you think about it?
Well, yes, first of all, it's an interesting topic to discuss. I mean, money. And you said the right thing about that most people like try to avoid talking about this just because, I don't know, it is considered to be as a private topic, right? Yeah. And people don't usually talk about this, yeah, as well as about, I don't know, about sex, right? Yeah, sex is also like a big taboo topic to talk about, like freely. Yeah. Well, yeah, I am interested.
Though it is in everyone's life.
Exactly. Yes, it exists like on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, or on a monthly basis. Sadly, but yeah, I'm interested in this topic, and yeah, let's see.
Actually, there are a lot of different paths how to make money, and everyone choose their own. For example, have you read a book of Robert Kiyosaki?
Yeah, The Rich Dad, The Poor Dad, right?
And obviously, a lot of people do work as employees. He says that it's better to move to the role when you become an investor or business owner. Do you have any experience in investing?
You mean bitcoins, something like?
Yeah, there are a lot of different
chains, blockchains, bitcoins. You mean those things? Investing in what? Or you mean money that generates more money? You mean that? Or like you can invest money in something but get like education in return, or some service in return, or some products in return, or what? Like by investment, what do you mean?
So I want to ask you how you see investing. So like where you spend your money and you consider it like I'm invest my money.
Education, something like skills, to gain more skills, to learn something new, something that's not just for temporary basis, but also you can just buy some courses. You can attend those courses, but then definitely you like when you want to learn, you should mean it that you should learn actually. So when you learn something, then afterwards you can practice it, and like every day you can find an excuse to do whatever, but using those skills which you gain on those courses. Also, that's kind of about education, but also you can invest in traveling. Traveling is my favorite also thing, which like for me, traveling means education. Like for me, education is not just only sitting by the table and like answering the questions which the teacher asks, but also going somewhere to communicating with people, asking, making mistakes, learning culture, history, whatever. That's also education. And what else? Like in sports, also here I am now in a gym. That's also an investment in my healthy lifestyle, like that. This is my philosophy of investment, not like investing money into other money to make more money. No, like money is not my strong point, or is not my mission in life, Of course, we do have to earn enough to make our own living, and not only our own, but if we have wives, children, like to support them, to maintain them. But then, because I'm single, for me, it's like my salary is okay for me now. But actually, I want to invest in some like property. Yeah, property.
Real estate.
Like an apartment. Yeah, an apartment or something. Like my biggest investment is in apartment, I think. Education, apartment, something that will be beneficial for me in future, like for my family. When I get married, I have to bring my wife somewhere, and that somewhere should be on rent, on sale, or whatever. It should be kind of my home is my castle, they say. So yeah, investing in somewhere to live.
It's great. It's great. So, first of all, you see investing as investing in yourself to grow yourself and develop your skills.
Yes, but once I have children, I think I will be investing in my children, like to see their dreams come true. If their dreams come true, then it's also my dream come true.
Yeah, exactly. That's great.
What about you, Frodo?
Yeah, I'm more interested like in you right now. Like you're doing like you're multitasking right now. So you're doing gym at the same time. You're like participating here in this speaking club, right?
This is not an investment, but indulging my hobbies.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's very interesting point of view.
Actually, it's not natural of me to be doing something at the same time, like three things: talking, changing my clothes and everything else. I'm not this kind of person. I'm a person who does something, and then does another thing, then does another thing. I just tried to give it a go this time, and I'm a bit stressed now.
It's okay.
Because my earpods are not working. That makes it even worse.
It's okay. It's not a big problem,
For me, it is actually.
Just
There are people listening to me, maybe looking at me, maybe thinking that I'm just showing off or whatever.
Oh, okay. Then, what about you? How you see investing and what it means to you?
Exactly. Thanks for asking. So yet again, had a strong point about the investing, that it's not always about when money should work to make more money. Yeah, as I personally see that investing starts with yourself. When you invest in yourself, just because at this point of my life, yeah, I have to speak honestly because I have met some difficulties in my life. So now I have to start investing. First of all, investing in myself. What I'm currently doing is investing in some educational courses, just because my next step in life would be to, I would like to start teaching, basically teaching English. Yes, and German as well. And yeah, and now I am taking some courses in order to train myself to be a teacher. So
wow, wonderful. So also German.
yeah, just because I have studied abroad in Austria. So yeah, and my studying was in German. Yeah, so I can speak German as well.
Wonderful. I think that everyone has some troubles, and especially as a man, it's kind of a little bit more difficult, because as a man, you have to provide, and the main duty of a man is to provide and support and take care of the people who are around him and who he loves.
People who depend on us, right?
Yeah, exactly. As a man, we have to pay attention to our development and our skills even more, and in order to being able to provide and support people who.
And we came back to what I said, like investing in our learning, and then use those skills for earning more money. It's like a new code appeared in my mind: learning for earning.
Nice.
Great. Learning for earning is great.
Burning.
What?
Okay.
By the way, can you see me, guys?
Yeah.
So what about making money to make? I don't even remember the. Cryptocurrency, right?
Yeah, you know, it's like a
Do you
whole
do that?
universe,
Do you do that?
different crypto world, cryptocurrencies, and you know, a lot of people say in near future, all our money will become digital, and in some degree, it will transform to cryptocurrency. It's like we will use
That's
crypto
actually
blockchain for
that's
creating money.
that's a threatening reality of the future. I'm actually afraid that it will really happen.
Oh no, it's not so scary. Why you so afraid of it?
I am scared because, like, I'm a traditional person. Like, everything that's that goes beyond conventional is what scares me, and I actually see it as a threat.
So you prefer to pay with cash,
Yeah, right. Cash, or, like,
old style money.
transactions, some financial transactions via Kaspi is also okay. But, like,
Oh
cryptocurrency, I'm not sure. You see, cryptocurrency rises one day and then falls another one. So I don't want to live like riding on a roller coaster.
yeah, it's like a huge and vague bubble.
Yeah, yeah, huge bubble, right?
Actually, recently I heard another very interesting point of view about money and time. For example, a lot of people trade their time for money. So it's better to buy someone's time for your money. So a simple example can be like this. When you order a delivery, you buy a time of a courier. So, and we can extrapolate this in other spheres. For example, when we order a housekeeper, we buy her time.
Why is it this way? Why the perception is this way, that we buy somebody's time? Maybe she buys our time. Uh, she sells your
Oh,
time. Maybe she sells your
it's
time, not we buy
interesting.
your time. Yeah, yeah.
Interesting because you mean that who actually buys whose time? Yes.
And now the question is, who is cleverer, the person who buys the time or the person who sells the time? Even if she is a
Oh,
nurse or a babysitter or whoever, in this situation, she might be the winner, actually.
But don't you think that that this is like a win-win situation when you get like paid for the thing that you
Yeah,
do?
it's a win-win situation. Right.
uh-huh. Okay. It may be so. It may be win-win situation when you trade your time for high amount of money, for a lot of money. Yes. And when you trade your
Yes.
time for a little amount of money, it's kind of not beneficial, I think.
It's a lose-win situation in my case, because at university I do not earn, like, I know my potential, that I could earn more, but then I still keep working in that university, even if it does not satisfy me. The whole work organizational moments, for me, it's a lose situation. For university, it's a win situation. I should shift to the secondary education, back to the secondary education, because now I am at high education, like university, not school.
And what do you teach, if I may ask you, at university?
English.
English. Wow, cool.
Really, that's great. How many languages do you know then?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, I can speak like 4 languages, like Kazakh, Russian, English, and German.
It's
Right,
great.
German.
Hmm.
Right. I missed this information. Maybe that happened when I disconnected.
Actually, I think it's kind of interesting story about your education in Austria. Yes, you
Yeah,
said Austria.
Austria is nice.
thanks.
It,
Have
it's
you
very
have you ever
interesting.
have you ever happened to meet Ablazov? Yeah. Let's not talk.
Nice one.
Let's
Yeah,
not talk
every
because
night,
we'll be.
every night I was going out from my dorm like to seek for him, you know. But yeah,
To have a cup of tea with him to talk about
exactly. Like, and to
001.
ask him like several questions, like, "What happened, bro? Like, how, how did you
Where
come
is
to
the
this point?"
money? Where is the
Exactly.
money?
Where's the money? Yeah, we gave you. Well, yeah, I was studying in Vienna, like in the state Vienna University, which is called Wien. Yeah.
Great.
So in Vienna, the spoken language is German, like English and German, or what?
No, it's mostly German. Because like the official language is German in Austria. But yeah, people do speak English as well, but like not in the high level, I would say. But yeah, anyway.
And what the biggest differences between Austria and Kazakhstan?
Okay, in whole, generally, well, the first cultural shock that I experienced there was that if we're talking about people, like elder generation, there are still like arrogant. They suspiciously look at you every time when they see you. I'm talking about Asians and people from like
Asians, right?
yeah, from the third world, right? Yeah, like if you're yeah, well yeah, but I enjoyed my time fully. I can say that I enjoyed my time being in Vienna because I met a lot of great and good people, and but it's completely different. Starting from the basic things like
Yeah.
public transport. So it's so
You
punctual.
mentioned the segment population who were like over 50, over 60. What about the young ones?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
What about the young ones?
So what about young
what's
people?
their attitude? Yes.
Yeah, their attitude is like super tolerant, I would say, and they're more open to meet new people, because it's all about like exchanging your ideas or like networking, as you mentioned before. Yeah, and exactly in my university, all of my fellow students were mostly Austrians, and yeah, so they were super welcome and super open. I've had a
Do
nice
you keep
experience.
in touch with them now?
Not with all of them, yeah, but some of my fellow students I still keep in touch with them, yeah, and yeah, they ask me to come back to Vienna, stuff, yeah.
So you can
But yeah,
invite
I have to be honest
them
with you.
here to show
Exactly,
that.
that's what I did last summer. So I invited a couple of friends of mine from Austria, and they came here. So I showed them the city around, and I showed them our picturesque Burabay.
Oh,
Yeah, and they appreciate it and they liked it.
it's great, wonderful.
So you showed the hospitality, which is said to be our first
Exactly.
dignity, right?
Our
Sorry,
Kazakh
again?
eat. Do they eat meat?
Well, oh yeah. By the way, yeah. One thing that I found very interesting in Austria and in Austrian cuisine, that in some places, in some regions in Austria, they do eat horse meat, but it's like it's done in a different way, not like we do, but they just dry the meat out and they salt it, but they don't cook it, and it's like kind of
Копченый.
yeah, but they don't fry it. They don't do anything with it. They just dry it. Yeah, and finally they salt it. As I told before, it could be found like in several regions in Austria, like not in the whole country, but
Did you travel the country? Like in
yeah,
different
I've had a chance to see the Czech Republic, Germany, and yeah, some parts of Italy and Hungary and Austria as well.
It's great.
According to the news updates, now the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is proposing to eradicate this visa for Kazakhstani people to go to European countries. How do you feel
That
about
would
that? Do
be
you think it's possible?
that would be awesome, but I don't think that would be possible for us. For Europe to allow us, because if they do, and if they do this, if they will open the borders for us, it would mean that other like post-Soviet countries would require this as well, because like I'm more than sure that other countries surrounding us would
demand it for them too.
exactly. Yeah.
Let's move to another topic.
Okay. I do like playing games, but mostly I
Now
play
it
like
depends.
board games with my friends.
Yeah. It depends on what kind of games these are. Maybe board games, maybe computer games, maybe like hide and seek and so on. Like
Children games, right?
Like childhood, you mean?
Yeah. In our childhood.
Yeah, it's interesting. For when I was young and I was at school, actually I played computer games a little bit. So I played Counter-Strike, and it was fun together with friends and play sometimes.
Exactly. Just because the culture of playing with your friends, especially, was very high, right? Like
It's not
we
about
had a
itself,
lot
but
of
the company, right? The people. It's not important what, it's important with whom, right?
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not important where. Не важно где, важно с кем or something, there are such quotes.
Good point.
Okay.
And what about you
It
guys?
doesn't
Like,
matter.
what kind of games do you
It
play?
doesn't matter how, but I'm still talking to you and running at the same time.
Your camera is constantly moving. I hope actually that it's running, not it's like shaking your phone.
Yeah. Actually running, let me show.
It's great.
I wish I could see that, yeah, because I have some difficulties with Telegram. It doesn't show me your cameras and mine as well.
Oh, really? You don't
Yeah.
see it?
I don't see you, and I don't see myself either.
At least I can see you.
Okay. I hope, I hope I look good.
Yeah,
You do.
don't worry. It's like on the last meeting,
No. Team, say.
I recorded one
You should say
fragment and
you
chopped
should say
it.
your phrase. Leave it for women.
Yes,
Oh, for women.
worrying about your appearance is for women.
Yeah,
Leave it for women.
I see no woman here.
So don't worry.
My last computer game, if my memory serves me right, was Sonic. I was not a fan of computer games or these video games. Sonic, Mario.
Yeah,
I remember Dandy Mario, and then Sonic. Sonic was the last I played.
It's kind
I don't
of
remember myself
so
playing other
old
ones.
games.
Okay.
Like,
Team,
did you
I'm
play
sorry.
computer?
So, Team, I'm sorry. This is the second topic which I'm not a fan of, like money and games.
Okay. It's
But
interesting.
still,
We have a
I can
lot
keep conversation.
So what are you interested in, Yerike?
Singing. But
Singing.
singing, vocal, music.
Nice.
And so, like
Cool.
that one. What else? Doing some sports. I don't know. Watching some Битва экстрасенсов, жди меня. I don't know. I'm not a usual person. What I watch is not what other people of my age watch.
Is it like a big problem?
Interesting. You mentioned «Жди меня». Why do you like it?
Жди меня?
Yeah.
Oh, жди меня. I just cannot. I think words are powerless to describe why. Because there are such situations which people face. People can get apart at birth. People can get apart just because of a little thing, and there is a huge gap between them for 10 years, 15, 25, and so on. And it's every case is very individual. Some people from Uzbekistan, for example, migrated to Russia just to earn some money, but then they faced some problems and couldn't return home because for them it seemed like they broke the promise and they couldn't look in the face of those people who they promised to bring some money and so on. And that's why they feel shame, and because of that shame, they decide not to meet them, not to connect to them. And those people actually are ready to forgive them, but still,
it's like something in there.
Different situations. We say that film is good, this film is good, but everything actually is taken from life, and life is the best director of our destinies or whatever. So scenarios are written by life.
So you mentioned that it's taken from life, but
Yes.
don't you think that it's kind of artificial stories?
Everything else, yes, but not Jiminya.
Okay, it's interesting.
Like,
What about you then? What do you like?
When you see people crying, you just understand that people cannot cry that way just for camera. It's actually their lifetime pain. You just believe it.
Oh, it's interesting.
I prefer to believe them.
I think that you don't know so huge and good skilled actors, maybe.
I don't know.
When people
Maybe it
can
also depends on the
start
person who
crying
watches.
from nowhere. Actually, I
I don't
have
know.
one, my friend. She can start crying from nowhere. Like when I say something, she can just start crying and saying that. And after a couple of minutes, she says that it was a joke, but it seems like very real and natural. And she is
I don't
not
know.
a professional actress.
Yeah, it depends. I don't know. It depends. It all depends. Maybe also another thing is that my psychotype, or like according to psychology, I have a high level of empathy, sympathy, and empathy. I can identify with people, and when they cry, I cry along with them. How can you explain this? I don't know.
Yeah, you are so strong, man, doing sports. Don't cry.
I cannot do anything with my empathetic identity.
Okay, it's interesting. Can you consider yourself as emotional person?
Yeah, that's a nice question. Thank you very much. Just because, like, as I mentioned before, yeah, right now I am at this point of my life where I'm exploring myself, like, and psychology like plays a big role in my life right now as I'm exploring myself, and I'm stunned and amazed by the words here that he said that he's fully empathetic person, and he could even cry along with the person who is crying
Yeah.
in front of him. That's amazing. Yeah, because honestly I can't do that, but anyway I can truly say that I'm an empathetic person too. I can easily I can recognize feelings, and I can easily recognize the atmosphere which is going on in this or that company of people, and I really think that this is very interesting, and this is like ace in your hand, like to recognize the emotion and the feeling which not
that is
many
actually
people can do.
that's a skill which cannot be taught by any courses. You are born with this, or you learn it yourself. Nobody can teach you this.
Exactly. Yeah. And you cannot acquire it, or like you cannot implement it in your life if you don't possess this skill.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Tim, that's for you. That's a tip for you.
actually, recently I started, not recently, but I like to learn some stuff about marketing and sales. So, and almost in every of them, there is one idea that if you can control emotions of other person, you can control him. So
Exactly.
empathy, I think, is very close to emotions. It's when you can feel someone's emotions. So when you can feel it, right? So you can
Right.
influence on it and finally control the person. So I
Right.
think very good skill.
Uh-huh. But also, when you're empathetic, you should. It's not you should. Actually, it's a must-have skill. Like natural, it should be a must-have natural skill to keep people at an arm's distance, because it's difficult for
Yeah,
me. It's very difficult. People always come up to me and say, "When are you going to marry?" But come on, this is my personal life. This is my personal space and territory. Why? How come you come up to me and ask these questions? I just don't understand. You should. They say, "You're getting
How
older.
dare you.
When are you going to have your children?" and so on. Like at a
just
certain time.
just the shut the fuck up. Don't ask me about it.
Right, right. But then you are empathetic. When you are empathetic, you cannot say "shut up" or just "fuck you" and so on and so on. Because you are empathetic, you think about other people's feelings. You think about not hurting them.
Yeah, I'm
And yes,
too trying to learn it to not give a shit about others, and in first place to think about yourself and think about your feelings, because
right. So
when you are not right and your feelings are not right, you can't do something good for your surrounding and for the world as whole.
right,
Because first of all, you have to uh, get in the right mood yourself, and then you can do
correct,
something for others.
correct. That's a good policy. But actually, for me, it's difficult to do it like that. When you just communicate with a person very openly, and then very abruptly you become very strict to him or hard on him or on her, then they treat it as something that changed me. Like I became a different person and so on and so forth. And they just refuse to understand.
Uh,
And
uh,
you, in my case, I bend over backwards to explain that it's not that.
Great. Wonderful. I
It's not
really,
that,
really like
right?
it because you're using all of the idioms
Not all
we
of. I remember two,
from
and I
reels.
actually tried to use two
Wonderful, wonderful.
to keep a person at an arm's distance and to bend over
Yes,
backwards.
great. And I'm trying to post a new reel daily with some interesting proverb or interesting idiom.
Good.
So
Right. So thank you, Tim. Yours are actually very useful ones. Maybe just returning back to the topic of marriage. Whenever somebody comes up to me and asks about marriage, I should say that's an elephant in the room. Just in
yeah,
English.
that's good. You're
That's
killing it,
Excellent.
Yerike. You're killing it.
right.
Wonderful. So I think, especially in our country, marriage is so buzzing theme for young people. So I'm also not married, and my relatives
Not as old as me, though.
like to ask me about my marriage, but I have strong boundaries, and when I say to someone, "Don't ask me about it," I really mean it. And if someone keep
Are you
asking me,
Gemini?
I can just say it in his face and say that just shut the fuck up. Don't ask me about it.
You might be you might be an Aries or a Gemini, right?
Sorry.
Are you an Aries or a Gemini?
Actually, Aries or
Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Gemini, Cancer.
I am a lion.
Lion. Right. But you are a very patient one until a certain time. Then when certain time comes, you can say some very good words to people. Very good words to people. Right.
So you like horoscope? I don't know how it sounds. Do you like a horoscope? Is it right?
I don't truly believe like 100%, but I like trying to identify some personal traits in people. And if I have the same people with the same traits, I try to identify with them or compare them with other people. And this way, I sometimes guess the signs of birth. I'm a Cancer, July the 10th. And I think Frodo, you might be also something like a Cancer, or maybe Pisces. I don't know. Cool.
Well, Pisces is my rising sign, but
Which?
my rising sign. But yeah, I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, okay.
Sagittarius. Oh, Sagittarius. Okay. I would never say you are. Because Sagittarius is also hard, like they have a strong character and so on. But you, now to me, according to our today's talk, you seem to me to be like a soft person. That's why I thought you could be of element of water, or you could belong to the element of earth, I don't know, ground. But you are also a fire.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, as I mentioned before, my rising sign is Pisces, but my sun sign is Sagittarius.
It's interesting. What are the main characteristics of your sign?
Emotional, empathetic, like soft, open, kind-hearted, but also at the same time lazy, maybe not very flexible, loving the comfort zone. That's truly about me. Like I don't like stepping out of the comfort zone. Comfort zone is where I feel comfortable, and that's fine for me.
Oh, it's kind of interesting story because all you hear about success is the one thing that you have to leave your comfort zone.
Right. But for me, I am successful. Like I see a lot of people who are more successful than me and who are less successful than me. So comparing myself with some other people, I'm not in a bad situation. I just go with the flow of the life and not against the flow. And everything that life gives me, offers me, I just take that and feel fine with this.
Right. It's wonderful, because actually it's not good to compare yourself with some other people, because when you want to compare yourself with someone, you always will find someone who better than you, and you always will find someone who worse than you. And the the best way to compare yourself is to compare yourself with yourself yesterday.
Correct. I agree. I can't agree more.
Great. Then what about your sign? What's the strongest characteristics of your sign?
Cool. As a Sagittarius representative, I would say that those people, basically guys, yeah, they are very creative, very expressive. I would say adventurous and easygoing. But the best characteristic or the best features in Sagittarius, I would say that they're so resourceful. So I mean, we can acquire resources, we can obtain resources from anywhere. Basically, what I do is that I obtain a lot of resources from people. That's my bad. Sorry, I'm not a vampire, but still, yeah,
I will take your energy. Yes.
exactly. So yeah, I'm. Yeah, like even physically, like on a daily basis, I can't eat for a day, and I would be okay with that, just because my energy is full and I'm full of resources that I have met and spoken to a lot of people. Yeah, what I'm currently doing, yeah. But yeah, anyway, I have to keep on my diet and I have to eat more. Yeah. And yeah, what else? Yeah, and I also like that I'm very, very adventurous. I can do. Yeah, that means that
Very interesting. You know what is your most adventurous thing you did?
in my life,
Yeah.
Austria.
that would sound crazy, but once when I was in Europe, I was so wasted. I was so drunk at one party that I woke up like in a different country, and I like didn't realize like how did like come how come that I was so wasted and drunk that I exactly yes, and the biggest adventure was to get way back home, just because I was left with no money, and I didn't know anyone in the country.
It's the scenario of ironia судьбы and легким паром come true, right?
Exactly. I felt exactly
Did you
as
meet
a
your
main.
life of your lifetime this way?
Apparently not. Yeah.
And then, now I'm demonstrating breaking these borders, like many people do to me.
Yeah. Yeah, but somehow I found my way home, back home. Yeah, and yeah, that was the time when I thought like a lot about like yeah, like you're so adventurous guy. Yeah, you're up to a lot of things in this life. Yeah, but yeah, sometimes you have to come down, and sometimes you have to take responsibility over the actions that you're doing.
To say
Yeah,
to
exactly.
yourself, stop, easy, boy.
Exactly, and that is like one of my weakest points when I sometimes I can't be responsible. Like I'm truly an irresponsible person. Yeah, and I'm not a consequent person. Yeah, I can't survive in a routine life. Like boring daily activities kill me. I have to be like I don't know. So I have to find like an interest, a true interest in my life that I can do it every day. You know.
It's interesting.
What about you now? You tell us about yourself, LA Lion.
Okay, it's very interesting because I do a lot of self-analysis, and I think that the best characteristic is that I am a stubborn person.
Huh? Yeah.
Stubborn person.
Besar Kadyn.
When I say that I want to do something, I do it anyway. It's like I can't keep going and do something till I get it done. So I think that is my strongest point. That especially I heard a lot of times from different people that I'm so stubborn, and that if I decide to do something, actually eventually I will do it. No matter what, I will do it. And so I think that it's kind of my strongest point. And my weakest point,
Yes.
that
Persistence. Yes.
yeah, persistence and being stubborn, keep going and doing until it
Yeah.
gets.
I think for you there is nothing impossible. You do it till it's possible.
Yeah, of course, of course. I think that it's very important to keep in mind that if you want to do something, you can do it anyway. You can do it, you can achieve it, just you have to put some work and give it some time. Because when you pick some big and ambitious goals, uh, sometimes you have to wait and keep going until you finally reach your goal. So persistence, keep going, persevering, and being a little bit stubborn, maybe.
Yeah. Well, interesting. You see
So,
how
guys,
different are
it's
people.
you know it's very interesting conversation, but it
Thank you for it.
already exceeded our planned time. So I really appreciate your time. You
We
know,
too.
Yeah, thank
We
you very
too.
much.
Thank you. Thank
it's
you.
wonderful. Huge thanks to you guys for
Yeah.
accepting the
Have a good
invitation.
evening. Have a good week. Till
Yeah.
next
Yeah, you
Wednesday.
too, guys.
You too, Frodo. Be successful
Thank you
in
very
what
much.
you
Thank
do.
you very much. Thanks for having me today. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
See
So
you.
goodbye.
Okay,
See you.
so hopefully we'll see you
Bye.
next Wednesday.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.